unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now live the movies and hear the fun.
Hey everyone, so we're just walking in for our first day at Universal Studios. Very excited. Tracy, are you excited?
Just a bit.
Are we heading for the Wizarding World first?
Yes.
Yes, Jade's saying yes. Well, just making our way onto the moving walkways. It's on the wrong side.
It is.
Go!
Forwards, otherwise it's going to fall over.
They're just desperate to get into this park now. So we shall leave you there as we're about to head through bag check and off into the park. So I can see Minnie and stuff.
Oh yes.
Right, so catch you later guys.
Bye!
Greetings, Universal Orlando fans. It's time for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast with your hosts, Lee, Tracy, and Darren.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 64 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, brought to you in association with MiceChat.com and sponsored by Bay Guest Destinations. You join us live from the Mythos restaurant in Islands of Adventure. Very noisy. Everyone's tucking into their rosemary bread at the moment. I am joined by Darren.
What up, Internet?
Eric.
Hey, everybody!
Tracy.
Nom nom. Hello.
Raymond.
Hello.
And Jade making a mess of her bread.
Hi.
So yeah, we're all sat enjoying ourselves, and I'll stick it in the middle bit so I can get everyone else in. We've ordered, what have we ordered? Was it the Mediterranean flatbread for starters? Yep. Just to share between us, and then...
Everybody got the same thing.
Yeah. Jade...
I did order differently, but
Yeah, well Tracy, what did you order first off?
the wild mushroom meatloaf.
Everyone else has gone for the signature burger, other than Jade. Jade, what are you having?
Grilled chicken, I think.
Yeah.
And
Grilled chicken and cheddar mash.
cheddar mash, that's it. And we're all supping. Darren's the only one drinking alcoholic drink.
Yingling, what up?
After the 2 butterbeers and the goose juice that he's already consumed this morning.
And more to come.
Doing well.
So, not quite sure what's coming up on this show because it depends how knackered we are when we get back. But we've been recording plenty of audio in the parks, haven't we? And lots to share. Finally getting to see things that we haven't yet. Does that make sense?
At all.
You know what I mean. So, what I'm going to do is stop now and pass you over to the news, hopefully. Again, there might be some news. We said this before, didn't we? It depends whether I'm knackered or not, whether I can put some news together. Darren, do you think you'll be able to put a Dead Man's Digest together?
Sure.
There we go. Well, if there's no news, there'll be a Dead Man's Digest.
Oh, Jade will sing us off.
It is live. Everybody here heard Darren say yes.
Yep.
Because they've got like 4 weeks to cover, actually. So there should be quite a bit.
Yeah, everything, basically.
And then we'll come back and we're going to do a live review of Mythos when we're back here. So say bye everyone for now.
Bye, everyone, for now.
Bye everyone! Adios!
Bye.
Bones will rattle, stairs will creak. Your outcome's looking pretty bleak. Thunder booms, lightning crashes, leaving boots filled with ashes. As we lay you down to rest, we read the pages of the Dead Man's Digest.
Alright, we got a lot to cover, so let's just get right into it. I'm going to do a full recap for both parks this week because so much has come out since the last time that we did Dead Man's Digest that just want to get all this info out to you. Okay, so we're going to get started with Orlando here. Going with the first house, The Walking Dead: No Safe Haven. Walk in the footsteps of the survivors as Season 3 of AMC's horror hit relentlessly attacks you from all sides. Stay alert. Walkers could trap you anywhere along your journey, from the town of Woodbury to the claustrophobic confines of the derelict prison. Next up, we have Resident Evil. Raccoon City is overrun with Umbrella Corporation's most terrifying experiments, and the only option is complete destruction. You'll need to duck and dodge Lickers, Hunters, and Nemesis himself if you want any chance of escaping Capcom's video game terrors before missiles send everything back to hell. Okay, we didn't really have a chance to talk about this one on the show because it was just released. I'm really excited for this. I love the Resident Evil games. The Resident Evil movies are okay, but it seems like they're going to take the games route if this is based in Raccoon City. It could go either way, but we'll see what they do with it. Looks pretty good. Next up, we got Evil Dead. Relive the most terrifying film you will ever experience as gruesome deadites try to possess your soul. There's nowhere to hide as every creaking floorboard and tangled vine is just waiting to pull you down, making you one with the Evil Dead. Very excited about that one. The Cabin in the Woods. Experience a live recreation of the film that ripped the horror genre inside out. Beneath the cabin's rustic appearance lies a secret facility that unleashes terrifying beings that you thought only existed in nightmares. They have a lot of options on that one. We'll see what they do with that. Next up is American Werewolf in London. Based on the John Landis horror classic, you travel to the slaughtered lamb, experience a gruesome wolf attack on the moors, and live in the chaos of Piccadilly Circus. Beware the moon, because tonight it brings only death. Okay, up next we have Urban Legends, La Llorona. She is known as the Weeping Woman. Her legend is one of tragedy and of murder. She drowned her children in the cold, watery depths, and now torments all who hear her with icy, mournful cries. Forced to walk the earth for eternity, she seeks others to share her pain and suffering, now and forever. This is a Hollywood carryover brought to Universal Orlando, and really excited to see what they do with it, the iteration that has come. Up next we have an original house, Havoc Derailed. Hang on tight aboard a militaristic train convoy that's secretly transporting the Dogs of War, a genetically engineered super soldier outfit. These bloodthirsty maniacs are bent on mayhem and destruction, with their sights set on twisting the metal of a speeding train. This is Havoc. This is based on another house they had in previous years called Havoc, based on the Super Soldier program. Really excited for this one. This one looks really cool. Then we have Afterlife Death's Vengeance. Serial killer Bobby the Blade is about to meet old Sparky. 2,000 volts are going to send him to a horrific realm of pain. His victims have waited an eternity for vengeance, and they're bound to turn Bobby's afterlife into an unimaginable infernal torment. And that'll be it for the houses this year. As far as the shows go, we have two this year. We got Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure, and they're bringing back the classic Rocky Horror Picture Show live. Both these shows are really good and worth checking out. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is based on the movie pretty much directly. Yeah, if you like that, definitely go check that out. Let's talk a little bit about the Street Experience this year. The Street Experience is exclusively Walking Dead this year. So it's titled The Walking Dead, The Undead Streets. AMC's The Walking Dead has overtaken the streets of Universal Studios. From Atlanta to the forest and into Woodbury, you have to fight your way through some of the most iconic locations of the show if you want to survive the night. We have 5 distinct scare zones with zombies roaming throughout the park. The first one we have here is the Fall of Atlanta. The smell of death is in the air as you make your way past an iconic tank, sandbag barriers, and decayed, rotting corpses on your journey through the decimated city. But be warned, the city's not empty. Woodlands. Travel carefully through these woods as you never know who you might encounter. Lurking deep in the hidden depths are unforgettable scenes and characters from seasons 1, 2, and 3. Survivor's Camp. There's no one telling ghost stories at this derelict campsite, but there are plenty of undead. Will you dare to go closer to the eerily abandoned RV? Keep your wits about you, or you might become a ghost story yourself. The Farm. Something's burning and it's not a Sunday roast. Gasoline fumes ignite your senses as you encounter the smoldering remains of a singed country farm. See and smell the putrid barn, the red tractor, and more as you learn what's causing that horrifying stench. And finally, Clear. Turn around and live. Proceed and face your fate. Stick together as you head down the street because the spike barriers are there for a reason. If you refuse to heed the spray-painted warnings, you're in for a terrifying walk that will feel like an eternity. It seems like this year the street experiences are what they wanted it to be last year. That overarching theme, everything sounds like it's going to come together really nicely, and it's going to, really encompass you into the show. We will see on opening night what actually turns out there. But by all accounts, it sounds like they've got their plan well figured out this year, and I'm really excited about that. So with that being said, let's move on over to Hollywood. We're going to talk about the mazes first over here as well. They do call them mazes over there. So we got houses in Florida, and we got mazes in Hollywood. Why is that? Well, let's start with the first one here. Again, they've got Walking Dead, No Safe Haven, so I'm not going to read the description for that again because it's the same as it was for Orlando. Same goes with Evil Dead as well. But they also have a house based on the movie Insidious called Into the Further. Beyond our world lies the Further, a dark realm occupied by tortured souls of the dead. But one evil soul, a cold-blooded murderer, has escaped into our world. Uncover the horrifying secret that has haunted the Lambert family as you enter Insidious Into the Further. It's a nightmare journey into the paranormal where the dead crave the one thing they can't possess: your life. This one is really cool looking to me. I really like the basis of a normal house being haunted by paranormal elements. When the houses that they've done to look like actual houses have always been the best ones in my opinion. Going all the way back to the Christmas house. That reminded me a lot of the Gremlins actually when we were outside, but that's besides the point. The inside of the house, when they decorate a house, to look they do a great job of making it look very lived in. And classic, and then when you walk in and you see a house like you've seen 100 times before, but then to have those the paranormal elements and evil inside, that's really cool. I'm looking forward to that one, hearing about it at least. I wish I could be there to see that in person. Black Sabbath 13 3D is the next one here. Since the dawn of time, the number 13 has symbolized evil, bad luck, catastrophe, and even death. One band's music warns of these evils, and far, far worse. Welcome to Black Sabbath 13 3D, where you begin your descent in a demon-filled cathedral and continue on through graveyards, madhouses, corpse-filled battlefields, and a nuclear apocalypse with mutated beasts. Listen for the sounds of agony with every chord. Your pain is music to their ears. Over the years, Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood has partnered with rock bands in the past, or different icons like Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. So Black Sabbath is a natural continuation of that path. The video and the artwork for it look amazing. I wouldn't mind getting that on a T-shirt for sure. But we'll see how the house goes. The Alice Cooper house was for some people they considered it a bit of a letdown. I liked it. It was a wild, crazy house for sure, and with the Black Sabbath elements in it, I think that could be pretty exciting. Next one we have is, I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly. It's El Cucuy. Let us know, Spanish listeners. Let's just do the English term, the Boogeyman. For generations, legends have told of a shape-shifting monster that kidnaps and devours disobedient children, leaving no trace behind. This tale has spawned countless nightmares, but none as gruesome as what you're about to encounter. Come face to face with El Cucuy, the Boogeyman, a manifestation of fear itself. Do you remember when you were afraid of the dark, the possibility that some horrible creature may be hiding in your closet or under your bed? People call him the Boogeyman, but in Mexico, he's known as El Cucuy. Some say he's a shadow, an evil spirit that changes form to become whatever you fear. Some say he's a hideous monster that lives in the caves. But it's all just a myth, right? Or is it? Now, yeah, this is the second house based on a Mexican horror, myth. And the first one being La Llorona, of course, which is coming over to Orlando. And it's been very successful for them in Hollywood in the past. I have no doubt that this one's going to be good as well. The actual Boogeyman from the artwork for it looks pretty terrifying as well. So, really excited to see what they do with that. And the Universal Monster House remix is coming back. Yep, that's happening. This one's called Resurrection, featuring the music of Figure. Universal's infamous legacy of horror is brought to life in a terrifying experience made for the 21st century. Immerse yourself in a modern horror-inspired soundtrack to your merciless slaughter, courtesy of figure, and follow the trail of entrails through the darkened corridors as you enter a crypt of bloodthirsty creatures. There's no escaping the monsters that started it all. Don't worry, it won't hurt. For long. Haven't heard much about that one yet. I'm guessing, it's going to be another dubstep remix house, which I heard was actually pretty cool last year. Of course, it's not a very scary house, but the lighting elements and everything make it a pretty exciting one, so I would definitely check it out if you're there. Another big feature is the Terror Tram that they do every year. It's the regular the regular tram tour with some added elements. This year is Terror Tram Invaded by the Walking Dead. This is the first time they're doing this year, devoting the tram to a specific element. The world has become a graveyard where decaying walkers crave only one thing: to feed. Some survivors have locked themselves in a prison, while a vigilante army remains barricaded and armed to the teeth in the town of Woodbury. Navigate your way beyond the walls of the West Georgia Correctional Facility, only to find yourself in a walker-infested wilderness as you risk certain death in Terror Tram, invaded by the Walking Dead. Even if you make it out alive and reach Woodbury, law and order is broken down and the living can be even more dangerous. So that's definitely something to check out there. Also this year, they're bringing in the experience they're calling the Backlot Experience. For the first time ever, the urban movie sets of the world-famous production Backlot will be the backdrop for new mazes and scare zones. Imagine making your way on foot through the isolated city streets and alleys of the Backlot invaded by the Walking Dead from Season 3 of the hit television series, along with a nightmarish landscape of doom inspired by Black Sabbath's recently released Billboard #1 album, 13. So you're actually going to be able to go on the Backlot. I'm so jealous of this. I wish I could be there. And they are going to have, the walkers from The Walking Dead roaming in front of the courthouse of Back to the Future and various other things. That's the actual artwork they have for this attraction. They have the courthouse in the background of it. I'm very jealous of that. Definitely wish I could go see that. As far as scare zones go, we've got the Curse of Chucky. Years ago, Charles Lee Ray, the Lakeshore Strangler, transferred his soul into a toy doll, becoming the pint-sized, merciless killer known as Chucky. Now he's back and he has a personal score to settle. Get ready for a deadly game of hide-and-seek. The Purge, Survive the Night. Once a year, there's a day when law and order become chaos and bloodshed, and murder becomes legal. That day is the Purge, and you're here to try to live through it. Sadistic mass murderers wielding knives and chainsaws are on the prowl to hunt you down. Can you last till dawn? Cirque du Clowns. Bienvenue! Welcome to the elegant streets of Paris, home of the Grand Guignol. Come see the lively clowns perform right before you. But beware! They may not be there to entertain you. They may be looking to put you in their next act. The gruesome ending to the horrific show. Then we got Scarecrows with a Z. They must be down with the streets, you know what I'm saying? Scarecrows were once built to ward off crows and evil spirits, now they welcome them. A new breed is on the loose. Tremble in terror as colossal, haunted scarecrows tower over you, driven to harvest the blood of the innocent to fertilize their land. They'll take whatever's back to their fields, limbs and all. Slaughter is now in season. And then we got The Walking Dead, dead on arrival. The Walking Dead infestation cannot be contained and has spread to the Universal Studios backlot in Hollywood. Police and law enforcement dispatched to the urban street sets and movie sound stages have been infected. Hordes of hungry walkers are everywhere. They've been spotted on fire escapes and alleyways. It's become an epidemic. Proceed with extreme caution and stick together. Knowing how Hollywood does things, this backlot experience is going to be incredible. You're going to have scenarios running. You're going to have uniformed police officers talking on their radios, communicating with each other, trying to take down the zombie horde. It all sounds super exciting. I really wish I could get over there this year to go see it. But, I'm sure you'll be able to check out MiceChat.com for a full report from the folks over in Hollywood there. One thing I did not mention, let's go ahead and mention them really quick, starting with Hollywood. We're going to have, they're going to have Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure there running as well for the shows. As far as the rides that are going to be open, you got Transformers The Ride 3D, Revenge of the Mummy The Ride, Jurassic Park in the Dark, and The Simpsons Ride, all open to ride in Hollywood. And over in Orlando, You are going to have Transformers The Ride 3D open this year, which should alleviate some of the crowds from the houses, because you'll definitely want to check that out. That's an excellent ride. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, Revenge of the Mummy, Men in Black Alien Attack, Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, The Simpsons Ride, and Shrek 4D will all be open for you to experience along with the event. Don't spend too much time waiting in line for those. You definitely want to make it through the houses and through all the scare zones and really experience the streets. But if you do get the chance, I would definitely ride Transformers. And that's it for this edition of the Dead Man's Digest. The next one will be out September 20th, opening night of the event, and that's going to be my survival guide to the event like I did last year. Make sure you check out the Halloween Horror Nights website at HalloweenHorrorNights.com. There you can check out Orlando and Hollywood. I recommend checking out both. They've got videos for all the houses up there. Really neat site they have set up this year. And also check out our Facebook page for continuing updates on the event as well.
In a world where the skies are clouded with ADRs, park ticket, and hotel bookings, one hero stands like a beacon of light in the darkness. Heather at Be Our Guest Destinations. She can book all of your Universal Orlando vacation needs, and her service is free to you. And if you're staying on Disney property for some reason, she can also book Universal tickets that include transportation. How awesome is that? She's also an authorized Disney vacation planner, as well as being able to book all cruise lines. So if you're planning on battling Megatron alongside Optimus Prime at the new Transformers ride, or having a Duff Brew in the new Springfield area, or planning even further ahead to visit Harry Potter in Diagon Alley next year, contact Heather at 1-800-796-6240 or via email at heather@destinationsinflorida.com today. And don't forget to tell her that you're repping the UUOP.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
So we've just finished our starter. Again, we are live from Mythos. What did everyone reckon to the pizza then? Flatbread, it was a flatbread.
It was a pizza.
It was
It was a fancy pizza, and it was very good.
Very thin based pizza. It was very good.
I enjoyed it. I think the bread was better.
Yeah, me and Raymond fought over the last piece, and as you can tell, you're not hearing Raymond anymore, are you?
Please, mercy. But great sauce though on the pizza, and lots of vegetables, lots of different cheeses.
Yeah.
I have to mention that when we got the bread, they brought out a little plate of butter, and the butter was pressed with the Universal Orlando logo on it, which was cool. That was pretty awesome. I'm such a geek who loves stuff like that.
That's how you win the award 6 years in a row.
Yeah. So then we're just waiting, definitely. So we're just waiting for our Jade's finished the milk already.
But even if you don't get the flatbread, the rosemary bread is a great starter. That's great.
Agreed.
We got through too, so it must be good.
Definitely. Right, so we're going to sit and let that digest, and then we'll come back after we've finished our signature burger, since that's what everyone's having, most people, and let you know what we thought. So
Very comprehensive review.
and apparently they are here. So off we go. Bye everyone. So other than Jade, you finished, you didn't like yours much, did you, JD? No, not really. What did we all reckon to the whole experience?
It was awesome. I love this place.
Yeah. Very good.
It's a lovely place.
Oh, the place is awesome.
It can't be the atmosphere at all.
No.
No.
The views are really good as well, out the windows and what have you. It would have been cool to have got down by the lagoon front actually. But
There's no better atmosphere, I think.
no. And it was cheap, I think. I mean, we've just had a big conversation there that we paid for 6 of us what we what we paid at 50's prime time at Hollywood Studios yesterday.
Yeah, there's no comparison to the sit-down Disney restaurants when it comes to price.
Well, when I as an adult male can dine for $16, so full entree with the free starter, which is the bread, plus a soft drink, like that's great value. But
Absolutely. Their premier, well, they were classed as their high scale.
This is fine dining. We have cloth napkins. We have lovely silverware. We have a phenomenal atmosphere.
Yeah. Cost us $40 more yesterday, and Tracy, you said the food was better.
But that was only just because of what I chose, maybe.
But it wasn't worth that extra $40.
No.
But back on it, I'd recommend this place without a doubt.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think when it comes down to value and quality, this is the sweet spot.
Agreed, completely, absolutely. But yeah, I'd recommend. I'd come back again.
Yeah.
I was a little bit concerned when they changed the menu. When you look at it, it's a little bit. I think what put a lot of people off. It seems everyone comes to a theme park and expects burgers and what have you.
But that new burger, the signature burger that we had, I have to say, I think it is the best burger on property.
That was very good.
And the only thing I would like is I would like to have a choice on how my burger's cooked.
Yeah, you're funny over your meat though, aren't you?
It was way too quick for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I personally enjoy it like that, so for me it was ideal, but...
I was surprised by that as well.
Yeah.
But they didn't ask how you want your burger cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have just been an error on our server, but...
Maybe.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes, but it's like, where were we the other night? House of Blues, and we got asked, didn't it? Because I actually took it, like, what was it? What's below well done?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Medium well done, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it was... I'd definitely come back here again. Like Eric said, that it is that sweet spot between it being reasonably priced but good food as well, good atmosphere. The server wasn't the best, but she certainly wasn't bad by any means.
No.
Right.
It's just a bit lax in places.
But as we also said as well, you don't know how busy she is, and it could come down to that. But as a lot of people who do restaurant reviews say this was just our experience. Other people might come and have a bad experience, they might come and have a way better experience.
Yeah.
But the advice is, I would say, definitely come and try it.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rosemary bread.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget you can ask for more.
Yeah, do
As
that.
we did.
I do.
I would actually go as far as to say that if you want to eat here and you think it's a little above your budget, don't get a starter.
Yeah.
Because that would do quite...
Or just get a starter.
Yeah.
Couple things of bread, some starters.
That's a great idea. Definitely.
It's a $7.99 meal then at that point.
Yeah. In a great atmosphere, in a great location.
Great deal.
Absolutely.
We love it.
I think we're completely pimping. I mean, our server was good. What was she called? Janine. Yeah, because it was spelt. Yeah. She was good. A little lax on the refills and stuff, but overall, good. So a big thumbs up. Cool. And that's it. We'll wrap the show up when we get back home. I can't be bothered to do it now. Goodbye. Well, as I said in Mythos, that's it for this show. I hope you all enjoyed our stuff live from the parks. I hope the sound wasn't too bad. Thanks for listening. I'm sure you're all excited to hear what we've got, our trip reports and stuff for what's coming up. But you're going to have to wait for that. So, sorry it's been a short show, but I'm sure you appreciate that after 3 weeks in the parks, Tracy and I are rather tired. Just a little bit. Jet lag's kind of... It's not been as bad as it has been in previous visits, but it's definitely hanging on in there. But I just wanted to say, we had an awesome time in Orlando and wanted to thank everybody that made it special. It was just, we connected and hooked up with so many people. It was such an emotional trip. I want to say thanks for Darren for checking out, showing us the highlights of Busch Gardens. A really good day hanging out with him there, and thanks for coming to the meet and helping out with that and just being part of the show. It's been a blast. Darren's been a part of the show nearly 2 years now, and it's been awesome working with him. And I say thanks to Eric and Andre for hanging out with us loads in the parks. It was really good, and especially Eric for keeping things ticking over at the meet, because I got a little shy in the end, and Eric was the big personality there, so I really appreciate that from Eric. Thanks for Hunter for getting there. It was cool to finally meet him. Hopefully you guys will hear him on the show a few more. I'm sure we can work in some slots for him. Thanks to everyone who came to the meet. The meet was an absolute blast. I'm sure you've no doubt you'll hear more about it on upcoming shows, but it couldn't have gone any better than it did, and it was amazing. I just want to thank everybody that came along to it, and each and every one of you contributed. And I'm sorry if we didn't get to spend too much time with. I'm sure you appreciate. There was like 30 odd people there, and it was difficult, but I think we got to speak between us, got to speak to everybody. It was really cool. So I say thanks to Universal Orlando PR for helping us out with the event. It went smoothly, and I hope they were happy with the way it went. A big thank you to Russ Dagan for talking to us about the Cabana Bay Hotel. That was a real geek out moment for me, I'm sure, as everybody else. Thanks to all the staff at the kitchen, Eric Jenkins and all his staff at the kitchen restaurant for helping us put on the kitchen sink challenge. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into that a lot more. That was crazy. We had the nice venue for it, and he gave us that room and helped us out, and it was awesome. I want to say thanks to John and Janine for showing us around Give Kids the World. And speaking of Give Kids the World, I also want to give a big thank you to Kaylee Rodriguez for making it down to the meet and talking to everyone about Give Kids the World. It's such an amazing charity. You guys need to check it out. As far we did an auction at the event for some little bits and bobs that Tracy managed to blag to auction off, and we raised over $300 for Give Kids the World, and it was I was so proud that our group clubbed together to get that much money. That fundraising event is still going on. We'll talk about that in a minute. I wanted to say a big thanks to Thomas Wagner, our number one fan. It was great to finally meet you, Thomas. We all really appreciate it. I know you were very nervous, but don't, we're just normal guys. At the end of the day, I think I was as nervous as he was, to be quite honest. Thanks to Andy and Sam, Andy our voiceover guy, and his wonderful girlfriend Sam for coming to the meet and hanging out with us at Epcot. We had a really good day. I know it was Disney, but yeah. Big thanks to Craig Lucas for buying the whole crew Flaming Moors. We did have them, and they were very much enjoyed by us. Cheers, Craig. And thanks to everyone else who made the trip special. I'm sure I'm missing people out. We hung out with Gregory Ryan and Laura, his wife, and we hung out with, lots of other people. Mr. Hogwarts conductor, thanks, buddy, for everything. It was much appreciated, and it was great hanging out finally. The popcorn doctor, cheers for sorting out all those little special treats we had. It was great. It was great to spend, these people, we class them all as family now, and it was great to hang out. And there's many, many more people. If I'm forgetting anybody, I really apologise. We just met so many people, and it was just such a special trip. Jesse and Josh, we hung out with them. That was cool. And Brian and Angus McKenzie and Brian Turner and Tony Duda and Justin Caridi, and so many people who came along. I'm sure I'm missing people. Rebecca and Ryan and Derek and Chris and Brandon and Jonathan and Brett and Spencer and Kevin Vincent and his girlfriend and Kimberly, Hunter's girlfriend, come down. She's awesome. Now hang on to her, Hunter. I'm sure I'm missing people out, and I do apologise if I am, but everybody know that you made this trip so special. So as I said, we raised $300 for Give Kids the World. That fundraising is ongoing. Give Kids the World are now going to be the UUOP charity. Tracy and I went down to the village twice to have a look round, and it's an amazing charity. 93% of every donation, that's 93 cents out of every dollar, goes straight into helping that village. There's only 7% goes on admin, so any money that you donate, 93% of that will go straight into helping that village out. And it is an amazing charity. Go to gktw.org if you want to find out more. But as I said, that we're still fundraising for them. We have a page if you want to donate, anything you can and help out these kids with life-threatening illnesses, as much or as little as you can. Every dollar helps. And you can do that by going to support.gktw.org/goto, that's GOTO/UUOP, and just anything you can. It's much appreciated. So that's it. Our next show will be out actually next week, and all being well, because I haven't double checked the audio, but all being well, it will be the audio from the meet at the kitchen. So hopefully there'll be Kaylee's talk about Give Kids the World. We'll have all the audio from Russ Dagan's talk about the Cabana Bay. And then we'll have Darren's commentary on the kitchen sink challenge. I'm sure everybody's interested to find out how that went. All I will say is it was crazy. And then we'll be back the week after that with episode 65, which is going to be our full trip report show. So hopefully we'll have Darren and Eric on that show to recap the whole trip. We've got tons of audio. Tracy and I and Darren recorded a lot of audio when we were there, reviews of restaurants and rides and blah blah blah. And we're going to be sharing them over the coming months. But we wanted to know if there was anything specific that you wanted to hear. Let us know. It could be our first Butterbeer, or Springfield, or Transformers, or Twister, or the Cinematic Spectacular, or whatever. Anything that you want to hear, like you think, I need to know what their first thoughts of that was, just let us know. You can email us at podcast@uuopodcast.com, or tweet us at UUOPodcast, or on Facebook at facebook.com unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. No, it isn't. It's facebook.com/unofficial Universal Podcast. Tracy just come in the room and put me off. That's what it is. Say hi. So yeah, until I think that's going to be that show should be out on the 19th, all being well. So until next week, tatty bye.
Well, that just about does it for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. We'd love for you to get in touch. So follow us all on Twitter at UUO Podcast, at UUOP Tracy, at UUOP Darren, and at UUOP Eric. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/unofficial Universal Podcast. Follow us on Instagram by searching UUO Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/UUO Podcast. Don't miss a show by subscribing to us on iTunes, and while you're there, please leave us a review. Not an Apple user? No problem. Just find the show at uuopodcast.libsyn.com and subscribe to the feed while you're there. Send us your spews, funny schmits, live reports, and any other comments at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And come find us on the forums and say hello at our partner site, micechat.com. So thanks for listening, and until next time, remember, live the adventure.
This has been a MicePod.com presentation.
MiceChat.com